where's a manager going to magically come up with better players?
Yeah.
So I don't think they're firing Jimmy Lozano because who are you going to get that's going to be any better? Not manager-wise, but what manager are you going to come in and what? Be able to pull players out of some other
isn't the argument
squad?
that a team that has less talent needs a better manager more?
Well,
I mean, that's...
I agree, and I know where you're going with this.
I
know where you're going with this.
You don't have great tools. I need a great, teacher. He's got to get. There's got to be somebody who can get the most out of this group. It's clearly not Jimmy
I agree
Lozano.
with what you're saying, and here's what the fallback for Mexican fans case. I'll tell you really quick. Is Guillermo Almada, the head coach of Pachuca,
who just won, of course,
CONCACAF Champions Cup, who won a league with Pachuca, who's very much experienced in dealing with young players and giving those players experience. How long do you have with the national team every time you come into a camp?
Sometimes 3-4 days.
And that's the issue with a coach like that. When you're a club coach, you have every single day for a season to work a system. And I agree with you. If you don't have the players, you better have a system. And who does the system? The coach. That empowers the players. I don't know it's enough time every few months for 3 days to work on said system. Mexico used to do these mini ciclos.
These funny camps,
These little funny camps.
They would pull guys out of the league, and if they were in trouble in qualifying or something, and give them this mini camp out of nowhere.
I don't know if they'll do that again, but unless you're going to do that, a Guillermo Almada is not the answer. This is a mess because unlike, and I use the U.S. men's national team, what gets fans really upset on the side of the U.S. men's national team is they do believe a better coach will do better things with this player pool because they believe in the player pool. That's the thing that gets them most excited.
Right.
I don't think Mexican fans believe in
they don't
this
believe
player
in the
pool.
player pool. No.
I think what's frustrating if you're a Mexico fan is you look back at the history of the national team, and one of your great complaints was, to what we were talking about earlier, they're too knee-jerk, right? On that side of the border, they're too knee-jerk, and suddenly there seems to have been this shift almost to the other side. We can even go back to the Tata Martino cycle. There was so much negativity. There was so much doubt. There was so much questioning of him as a manager, and yet FMF suddenly found their loyalty and stuck with him.
I think Herc made the point in reverse. The knee-jerk was because the fans believed in the players, and it was the manager that wasn't getting the most out of the players. I think now the Federation
the Federation has found patience on two bad choices.
You know why I think they found patience? Because this is now the second bad choice, and you don't get a third time.
Well,
so
right. Now it's the board gets
now it's
removed.
on them.
Yep.
But to your point,
well, the consequence for not getting a third time is having a disastrous Copa America, which is effectively a home tournament.
Second straight tournament, you get grouped.
And potentially a disaster in 2026, a World Cup, which is not effectively, is actually a home tournament.
Right.
I mean, isn't that worth more than whatever's now?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But that would mean they're gone.